Good morning, y'all. What's happening? I hope that... Well, let me see if I can turn the camera around first of all. Let's see. Alright. This is the scenario this morning. I have to back up into a place where you can see this trailer to your right. It's a blue trailer. It's in the way, and I may have to go out here and find out what door this guy's backing into, because they told me to back in door 45. So give me a minute. Let me just double check before I go over there and see what door he's backing into. Okay, he's going in to 40. Yeah, no, it was, wasn't it? But I probably need to get out and do more than that. So I wanted to double check with him, make sure he's not going into 45. That's the one I'm going to. But, and now this guy want to pull out. So it's going to be busy. I'm ready to go in the door. He's coming out, and then the other guy with the door open is going in. Then I'm going in. So I'm gonna sit here. Like I started to explain, that the blue trailer over to the right here, that particular trailer has been dropped in the right in front of the door, or you know, where I need to back in. I need to back in the door 45. You know, I have to, that takes a lot of my space away to do my backup. So if you watch this guy, this is what we do on a regular basis. Let me zoom it up just a bit, just so y'all can kind of see it. Okay. Well, this is his backup. Not so, but once you get used to it, you know, it becomes second nature in a sense. But you still have your good days and your bad days of backing up. Everybody can contest to that one, that you have your good days and bad days in anything. Even when you're working a 9 to 5 in an office, you have good days and bad days. So this is our office out here. And here come another truck. So I know my appointment is at 11, and I'm trying to get on in. That's because you ain't been practicing a lot. You know, I can probably see if this, I can probably zip right in there. Maybe if this other trick. Well, y'all, I'm in. Let me see if I can get y'all to see it. Yeah, it cut off on me. So this guy act like he was in a rush when I was backing in, and I had to do a couple of pull-ups or whatever, and now there's nobody to rush him. But you know, I didn't feel rushed or anything or panicky or whatever. I just went on and did what I had to do. So yep, y'all. So let me see here. Always got a little something to talk about. And today I'm going to talk about, let me see, what would be a good topic for me, because I've been kind of dealing with some things, and you know, I think I want to share it with you guys. And I guess maybe just following your dreams would be a really good topic for a lot of people. Following your dreams and trying to achieve regardless on what gets in your way. You know, I probably touched on this once before, but I think it would be great to hear it again. You know, any type of motivation for anybody is always good to hear over and over again, because sometimes you think that you're out here by yourself and you have nobody else to rely on and call on, and you know, you rely on your prayers and some good family members. I keep fooling with this thing because I'm just not happy with how it's sitting right now. All right, but anyway, this is, oh, look at that. I'm fooling with it, y'all. I'm trying to get it right. How y'all like my old man look? All that gray hair. I ain't cutting this crap off until I reach my goals. So, you know, being firm, excuse me, being firm in achieving your goals, working towards your goals, to me, it's very important. Most times when I post something, it's got a lot to do with what I've been through or going through, and I like to share it with people, because I'm pretty sure that somewhere, somebody out there somewhere is going through similar situations. So I share a bit of me on YouTube with you guys, because I might be touching somebody, because I know that I've been on YouTube before and been touched by a lot of things that people are going through, and they may post it. You know, it's a form of therapy, you know, self-therapy, without having to go to a doctor, a real psychologist, and sitting down on a couch with them and spending all this money. So what we do is vent. So that's why I named this thing the truckers rant. They give me a chance to vent and get things off my chest, and things that I've been thinking about, things that I like to see accomplished, I guess, within myself and within my surrounding groups, or just people I can touch from. If I'm here in North Carolina, which I'm in Georgia right now, but if I can touch somebody while I'm sitting in Georgia, and can touch somebody all the way over to Seattle, Washington, you know, just by this, then you know, I feel pretty good about it. And sometimes I get a feedback. Some people will respond back, but you know, achieving your goals regardless on what obstacles get in your way, very, 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 very vital. You know, and I know that we will get sidetracked at times because life happens. Boom. You can't escape that. It doesn't matter who you are, what shoes you walk in, life happens. And you want to try to deal with life when it happens in the most intelligent way that you possibly can. Mind you, we are far from perfect. So we're going to make errors, which I spoke of once before. But it seemed like I need to always speak on that, because every day somebody's making an error somewhere, and we have to get back on track. Sometimes we need things or people to hear, a positive of course, to get back on track, and then learn next time, you know, the signs of literally getting off track. You got to know the signs when they arrive, and there's only one way to know that, and that is that if you constantly are reminded how to stay on track and what to look for. So that's kind of what I do. This is therapy for me, and I'm pretty sure it's therapy for a lot of other people out there. You know, I could post a whole lot of negative stuff, but that's not, you know, that's not what I like doing. If I got something I want to talk about, by all means, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it, even if I can't talk to the individual that irritates me the most or gets me to a point where I feel like I want to punch him in the face or crack him upside the head. Instead of that, I'll just go ahead and rely on just talking to you guys. Bam, put a video out there. I get it off my chest, but I live by this. I try to live by this. And if I make an error along the way, I'll share it with you. You know what I mean? I may not get into the finite details of it, but guess what? Ain't no real shame to my game. I'm too old for that, you know? And I'm human, just like anybody else. So reaching your goals, regardless on what obstacles get in your way. What I found that was very, very crucial to trying to reach particular goals is, one, you have to have a strong belief in something, meaning in the spiritual, you know, life in a way. And I don't know about you, but I believe in God, and I will continue to believe in God because he's brought me this far. Now, a lot of you may say, well, it's your own actions and reactions on why you've come as far as you have. Well, he has given me a lot of choice. You know, I can either go left or right, but I chose to go right, you know, and most of the time I chose to go right. I say 99% of the time. But then that 1% is what throws things off and literally can, you know, can mess up your life. Because there's a lot of people sitting in prison today for the rest of their life and on death row because of that mistake, that one mistake that they made. And that's what, you know, they obviously fell off track, if they were even ever on track, you know. But, you know, being that there's a lot of things that I do that keeps me on track. One, I try to surround myself with good people. You know, I don't want to sit in a room with people that are talking about a whole bunch of street talk. Nonsense that goes on in the street. Guess who got shot and stabbed the other day because he was trying to rob so and so and so. And boy, we was so high, man. I was so drunk, man. I was stumbling all. I didn't even know how I got to A to B. And that's just ignorant. And I done been there, man. I've been on that ignorant road. And I've been on that road so much, it was like this. Yonk, yonk, yonk. Same thing every day, same thing. And that's all we used to consume. We were consumed by it. We lived by it. We talked it. We breathed it. When we got up in the morning, we didn't even want to wash our butt too well. We wanted to get out and see if we can find something to get high on. And I'm laughing at it because there are some people still stuck there, you know. So I had to have a plan, and I think what got me, I'm gonna tell you, I know I'm jumping around on this thought of mine, but I want to share as much as I can in the short period of time that I have. So what got me off of that crap, and if this can be helpful to anybody, by all means, jump on it. You know, when you're addicted to something, weed, drinking, smoking, sex, so many things to be addicted to. But those few things, let's just use those for example. If you want to get off of being addicted to anything, you have to replace it with something. So if those are negatives, you can take a positive and go so crazy with it, it becomes a negative in your life. So you want to balance it all. So what I did, being that I was the one who was always trying to get high and run around with my friends and see what's up for the day from sunrise to sunset, and realized when I laid down at the end of the day, I was high. That's about all I had, and that's all I achieved in that day. In a whole day from sunrise to sunset, only thing I achieved was getting high. And that was such a waste of time, and I did that for a long spurt, you know, and it made a real negative effect on my life here now in my, you know, my 50s, really. And so what I supplemented getting high with, the way I got off of it, was I said, you know what? I read a story about a guy who he's a Christian. He was a white guy, and what he did was profound, and it has stuck with me from when I heard about it all the way up to now, and I apply it to my own life, and it has literally saved me. You know, I'm not talking about anybody else. So what he wanted to commit suicide. Let me tell you the story. The man wanted to commit suicide, and he was scared to jump off a roof or shoot himself or take some type of poison, but he wanted to die. He felt like he was just giving up in life. So what he chose to do, he said, I know what I'll do. I'll run myself to death, literally. I'll literally run myself to death. So he got some workout clothes, and he started running. And he would run himself till he would drop of fatigue. Well, I didn't die today. I'll do it tomorrow. He got up tomorrow, the next day, and kept running. Passed out of fatigue, but he survived. So what he realized after some weeks and months of trying, that he was getting stronger. Wasn't getting weaker and dying. His heart was actually getting stronger. His lungs were stronger. His muscles was getting strong, and he was running further and further. So he wasn't to a pass out point. And he realized that he had something to live for. He didn't no longer wanted to die. He wanted to run. And that's what he did. And he got into marathons. And he literally was doing very well. He was you know, coming in at you know, top 500s. And that's big in marathon running. You know, along the countries, you know, if you know anything about the marathons that they put in, because he got himself into the, you know, the real top-notch runners, you know, elite runners. So, and that was his story. And of course, in the process of him running, he found God, found Jesus once again, found a reason to live. And that's what that was inspiring to me, you know. And I used it to get off of getting high drugs and doing all the negative things. That's what I used to literally get off of it. And I said to myself, dagnabbit, in the process of me trying to get off of this negative vibe that I had by running, and if I die in the process, at least I died trying to do something good. You know, and I used to pray as I ran. How about that? I prayed, you know, God to give me the strength to make it to the next mile, or give me the strength to run well today. I ran behind an old guy, very old fella. He was on a bicycle, and he was just pedaling at a steady pace. And here I come. Me and him came out of a street, and we were just going riding. I was running behind him. And I actually ran behind this guy, I would say about 2 miles, you know, and I was talking to him, and I was telling him, you know, try to pick up the pace a little bit, and he would try to pick up the pace in his old way, and I would just run right with him. And then he said, well, I gotta leave you, young man. I said, all right, Pop, thanks, you know, and I ran on, and he made a left or right, whatever. That's my left and that's my right, but he made a turn. And it went on about his way. He said, good job, young man, you know. I said, thanks. Kept going. And that was one of my, I ran many marathons, you know, unaccounted for. Because the same thing that happened to the guy that was trying to kill himself, I got stronger. Heart was pumping great. Lungs, you know, legs got strong. So that was my thing. And that's what saved me. And that's what helped me get to particular goals in my life. I tried to stay healthy, you know. Found boxing, got into that. Got into, you know, a lot, and I met a lot of good people, you know. Opened a gym, opened 2 gyms. They were successful for the moment they were there, you know. And, but basically, my point is, you know, whatever obstacles get in your way when you're trying to get to a particular goal in life that is positive, a positive goal. We're not trying to, you know, motivate anybody to do, you know, try to get to negative goals. We're trying to motivate everybody to get into positive things in life that would be beneficial to not just you, but to people who you don't even realize you're impacting. That's weird how we just go on and do what we love to do or do our natural thing in life, and we have a strong impact on other people and don't even know it. You know, sometimes you could be a role model, be it good or bad. You're going to be the good role model to somebody else that you don't even know, or you're going to be a bad role model or influence. So I've chose to try to be a positive one. You know, I think I am my brother's keeper, because my brother used to look out for me and keep me when I was young coming up, because I had no father figure. And all my father figures came from the streets, people I knew outside of my home. And they taught me, the good brothers taught me how to be a good father. You know, I have my problems still. You know, we all will. But I still stay close to my daughters, my children, regardless on what happened with me and their mother. So, you know, it was a goal of mine to literally try to get into some type of a business that would give me the opportunity to help in communities. And I've chosen whatever community I live in. If I move from the community I'm in now to another one, then I'll be a part of that one and try to assist in any way I can with the young people, or simply people, you know, in that community in a positive light. So regardless on what life brings, throws at me, you know, I'm a single man. Well, I'm not really single. I'm not a married man. I'll say that I'm not married, but I am, you know, talking to, you know, a young lady right now, and there's a lot of positive things going on there, and I want that to be, you know, I want it to grow to be something, you know, great. I want, you know, her and I to take part in our communities and do some things. So, you know, obstacles, yeah, will get in the way, which we have to just keep looking at the so-called prize, whatever the prize is, but you got to have a plan for it. If you don't have a plan, then you'll fall for every little thing that comes that may even remotely seem like a great idea, you know, and you'll just do it because you don't really have a plan, a set plan, and a particular love of what it is that you want to, you know, go after. So that's kind of it, you know. Stay focused, find something that's, you know, some people use working out, which I did. You know, if I wasn't running, I was in the gym. You know, if I wasn't in the gym, I was either drawing, doing music. I just kept myself occupied in positive things. You know, that's why I used to say, you know, I'm a jack of all trades and master of none, because I picked up so many different hobbies to keep me busy. And by staying busy, I stayed away from the negative life. You know, and all my friends who knew me from when I was little can say, yeah, Daryl, he definitely changed. You know, he's become more of a positive person. And, you know, I had to be a role model. I had to be a positive figure to my kids. That was another, you know, defining factor in my life when I had children, especially I had girl children. My first child was a girl, Denasia, and she literally changed the way that I thought about women. You know, even though I still was having issues with women in and out of relationships, and you know, and I can contribute that to simply, you know, not knowing how to be the right type of husband or boyfriend or man for her, because I had no father figure, no big brother, and I was just getting bits and pieces from the homies from the streets, you know, and just putting it all together like a puzzle, trying to figure out, you know, to be a better person, period. So that was one of my major goals, is to be a better person in life. So this is what I believe I have become. But am I perfect? No. I'll always tell you this. And if there's anybody out there that would simply say that they make no errors, you know, God bless you. I don't believe it. but God bless you, you know. And I'm always open for suggestions, you know. Of course, long as it doesn't conflict too hard with my hardcore belief, you know. And I believe I can work with anybody, you know, when it comes to whatever. Somebody come with a great idea, I'm not gonna knock the idea down and say that ain't gonna work. I'm gonna say, you know, that's not a bad idea, but have you thought about combining it with this? And I throw a thought out, you know. And that's how you continuously try to motivate people along the way who are going through whatever in life, and they're trying to embark on something that maybe they might be, you know, embarking on it in the wrong way, but you don't want to shoot the whole idea down. So you don't want to destroy their goals. You just want to try to add to it, give them, plant a seed and give them some type of another avenue to look at, or an additional to add to. That's really how, that's the coaching side of me. You know, I've of the fatherly coaching, leader, whatever. Some people say it's a great leader mentality, and I just say, you know, it is just me standing firm in my belief. And like I said, even the ones, even, you know, only perfect person I ever heard of in history had been Jesus. And a lot of you may not even believe in Jesus, but it ain't no harm in believing in him. There ain't no harm in believing in God. You better play it safe than sorry. So that's kind of how I see it, and I will continuously believe. And it's not that I'm knocking down anybody else's idea of religion or whatever. I'll look at it and dissect it with the, you know, the intelligence that I've picked up along the way, and I'll pray about it. And if it seems like it makes enough sense for me to add into the whole concept of God or Jesus or Christianity or religion, then I'll do so, but I'll do it carefully, you know. But I still stand firm and strong to my core beliefs. And that's what we all need to do. You know, we have to and we have to teach our kids that too. Regardless, you know, everybody will mess up, but you got to know how to come back. You got to know how to bring it back, you know. And we have to really stop teaching our kids to live a ratchet life. You know, maybe they don't even know that you know, they're living that type of life. They just think that, I mean, everybody learns over time what's right and what's wrong. We all learn what's right and what's wrong, and that's just it. It's just something inside of you that knows the difference in society. You know, even though your family at home may not be telling you, you know, it's wrong to be smoking every day or getting high and drinking every day and fighting and cussing and you know, sexing everybody you can. You know, if that's not taught in your home, you know, even you can look out into society, you know, teachers and, you know, other leaders of the community. You can see how they live, and that's how you discern or decipher what's right and wrong, even if your family not teaching you that. So you know what's right and wrong. You'll learn it over time, you know. But it is what it is, and I hope that I don't know what's going on with my voice. Good gracious, I sounded like I'm sick, y'all. It's nice out here in Georgia, y'all. It's almost 50 degrees already. You know, I think it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hotter than that. But for the most part, you know, stay firm, regardless on what type of distractions come your way, and keep your core belief. If your core belief is a positive belief, then you keep it, you follow it, and you don't let no one or anything step in the way. And if you do slip, know how to come back. You got to know that, because if not, the devil will get you in his grasp, and he will use you up so much, chuck you out, and you're gonna look like an old torn up, dried up piece of food stamp. You remember them old food stamps we used to get, look like dollar bills, brown writing, and look like, you know, had $5, $2, $10. Remember them? Just imagine one of them, all wet, torn up, and you can't even decipher what it is. And that's how the devil gonna use you and throw you out And then when everybody else look at you at that point, they're going to be like, would you look at that? Boy, the devil did a job on that person. Don't even, you might be 30-something years old looking like you 90. Really? That's what you want? Nah. So you gotta make a plan to stay focused on your goals, positive goals. You gotta have a plan for it. I say, put your track shoes on and run away from problems, issues. Of course, you're gonna face the issues if you have no other recourse. But if it's something like family members and friends trying to get you trapped back into that life that you're trying to get away from, you put your track shoes on and get gone. That's it. You know, because you're trying to keep yourself separated from that type of world, that type of life, those type of people. That's the only way you can do it. And if you think that you can be the strong one and still stay in that crap and be like, yeah, well, I hang with them, but I don't do what they do, you're guilty by association. So when things go down, the police run up on all y'all in the house and you the only one ain't doing nothing, you're going to go down just like they are. Why? You don't need that. So stay focused on your goals, no matter what obstacles come your way, and have your strong belief in a religious core that is positive. Me personally, I believe in God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Ghost. That's me. If you're that person, then follow me, yeah. Follow me. If it's positive, you know, and I'll say that to anybody. But anyway, I'm signing off, y'all. Trucker's Rant. I hope it was helpful for somebody out there. If not in Georgia, maybe in California, maybe in New Jersey, maybe in South Carolina, Baltimore, maybe in out of the country, maybe Africa, New Zealand. New Zealand. You think I can give advice to people in New Zealand? They got it going on, right? That's what I heard. I don't think it's too many brothers out there, though. So at any rate, this is what it is. Checking off, y'all. Yeah. One love. Peace to each and every one of y'all. And I don't know what this thing is on my nose. I woke up with it today. I think because I'm catching a cold. Could be like a fever blister thing going on. I better get me some. I better get off the road for a while. Let's see here. Oh, here it is.